not only will you save money quitting an addiction, but you will also save money by being conscious of how you are managing your money. We all know it is pretty hard and it is time consuming to make money, but it's so easy to spend it. And if you're not conscious of how you're managing your money and going about your day-to-day, the cost of living pretty much, then you'll just see money flying away from your account. One transaction here and there, and like boom, you have no money. They say there's always more month than there is money in a given month. So we're gonna get into it. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, Millie Rock. My goal on this channel is to make sure that you're entertained, that you are laughing, but most importantly, that you are learning something that you can apply to your own personal life and make it better. How you doing today? Hopefully you're doing more and saying less. So no long talk, we're gonna get right into the video. Save thousands each year. Habits of highly frugal people. What I want you to get into the motto of is to stack your money and act broke. Live below your means so that you always have money left over. Building your emergency fund, paying off debt, and all that good financial shit. Trying to increase your financial muscle and literacy. So let's get into it.
Want to save a ton of money? Adopt the habits of frugal people. Frugal people know how to stretch a dollar, they rarely regret their purchases, and they've learned how to be content with enough by spending money on what they find important and not spending on anything that they don't. Want to learn how to be frugal? Keep watching.
You know how I stretch my dollar? Sometimes I either eat ramen noodles or at my lowest moments, I've eaten sleep for dinner. Yes, eaten sleep for dinner.
Hi friends, I'm Sarah. Quite frankly, a frugal person. I firmly believe that it is these small decisions that we make every single day with our money that make a huge difference over the course of our lives. Let's talk about some things that you would never catch a frugal person doing, and they bank the difference. By the way, if you're frugal or you want to be, go ahead and like this video, and if you're new here, subscribe, because I'm going to save you money. First, frugal people never buy spontaneously. They always do a price comparison, use a coupon. They take the time to see if they can get a better deal, and they're willing to wait and prolong that gratification so that they can get it. If you're willing to trade a little bit of your time so that you can pay less, you'll save a lot of money.
This is especially true when you're still building your stuff up. Sometimes once you get to the point in life where you are making a lot more money, I guess you cannot care about the mini expenses as much. But even when you are there, you don't want to just be careless with the money that the increased income that you now have, right? So price checking from place to place, making sure, asking if there's a coupon code. Anywhere I've gone, like especially if you're still a student, always ask if they have a student discount. Always ask. They never tell you, but usually they do. So if you go to a place, ask for a student discount, ask if they have, like, check beforehand if they have coupons. And also, whenever you are shopping online, you can get cash back for shopping anywhere with the code I have linked in the description, Rakuten. Okay, you shop anywhere online, you get like a cash back. Obviously, you don't want to be shopping just cause. Give yourself 24 hours from the initial time you want to buy that thing, and ask yourself if you still need it. Never buy the item that you're shopping for then and there. Give yourself 24 hours and then make that purchase. And on top of that, ask yourself, how much time would it take me to make that money back? Let's say something costs $100. How much of your time would it cost? Maybe 5, 6, maybe more or less hours of your time would it cost to make that money back? And is it worth 5 hours of life? Is this item worth 3, 4, 5, whatever hours of life it would cost to take you to get it back? Just something to think about.
Frugal people also never buy things that they can get for free, or at least they rarely do. One such example is books. I've read over 130 books this year, and if I'd had to pay for all of those per book, I would be out thousands of dollars. What do I do instead? I use the library to check out free audiobooks and ebooks straight to my Kindle, and I also actually pay for a Kindle Unlimited subscription at $10 a month that lets me read unlimited books. Now, as a frugal person, if I ever wasn't using $10 worth of books a month on my Kindle Unlimited subscription, I'd stop the hell out of it. But currently, I'm reading a couple dozen books a month, so it's worth it. Frugal people are patient. Frugal people are willing to purchase clothing in the off season, even though they won't use those articles of clothing for 4 to 6 months. They're willing to wait for a sale or willing to buy used. Frugal people in general keep a list of things that they know that they need and are on the lookout for. We make do until we can find something at the right price. Frugal people are also handy. We are always willing to repair something or try to get it fixed if we can't fix it ourselves, are often willing to DIY something if we...
YouTube videos are so phenomenal for this shit. Like, I've had situations where I had to fix the toilet. Just look, you go on YouTube, people, shout out to YouTube, man. Shout out to YouTube. When the toilet is clogged, you just how to unclog a toilet on YouTube. Or if it's like maybe something kind of dangerous, then sure, get someone who can actually fix it properly, like an electrician, stuff like that. But if it's something that's minor and that you can a Google search or YouTube search away, then just try and fix it yourself, you know? Be the handy man or handy woman in your own household apartment. Unless, of course, you're in an apartment, then, you know, call your landlord.
We have the skills and the tools and can make it for less, or are willing to borrow something or trade it with someone who might have something that we need. Speaking of which, frugal people are less picky. Now that doesn't mean that we'll accept any old thing. For instance, shoes 3 sizes too small are shoes. We're pickier than that. But in general, we're happy to buy something used, borrow an item, or accept a comparable substitute, especially if the price is right. In the same vein, frugal people are not brand or company loyal. Just
thrift stores are my best friend. Thrift stores are my best friend.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me.
Let me put together a cool little outfit at a thrift store compared to, yo, why am I paying $100 for the Gucci name on a shirt or Supreme or whatever when I can buy that same shirt, t-shirt, whatever at like Walmart or Zellers is closed. RIP Zellers or wherever, bro. Like, the name brand really ain't shit. No cap. The name brand is not shit. People get lost in the sauce, lost in the whole like, I know fashion is cool, fashion, you know, is there, but like, are you already where you want to be in life, where you can dabble in the luxury of life?
because you think the price that you're paying for your cell phone, your car insurance, or something like that is okay, doesn't necessarily mean that you are getting the best price. Frugal people regularly shop around for services like that to make sure they're always getting the best deal, and they are not afraid to get on the phone, call a company, and ask them to lower it.
Oh yeah, this is really good, really good. Your insurance plan, just call them, tell them, yo, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about switching plans. Is there a way I can get a cheaper phone plan? Is there a way I can get a cheaper cable? People don't use cable, or Wi-Fi plan or something like that. Always, you know, hound them and try and get the best deal possible so that you can save some extra bucks that can go towards, you know, your emergency fund of $1,000, paying debt, stuff like that. So whatever you have right now, your car insurance, phone bill, Wi-Fi, whatever it is that, you know, service that you currently use, ask them, yo, I'm thinking about switching. Is there a way I can get a discount, or is there a way you can limit the cost of what I currently have? Or for you, is there a way that you can downgrade your current plan? Like, I don't really have a data plan, right? The data plan actually came free, courtesy of my $20 cell phone plan. Mans that pay $60 plus for their cell phone plan, I'm like, yo, is the data really that much? I have a very small data usage, that's allowed on my plan, but I have free unlimited incoming calls, stuff like that. A limited amount of text messages, but I have an iPhone, so I don't really text that much. And I have an unlimited incoming text message. So really, for $20, I'm getting an A1 type of deal. So just take accountability, take an inventory of your current services, and beat them down on their cost.
Lower their rates, or they'll walk to the competitor. I do a check at least once a year, my cell phone, car insurance, and internet, to make sure that I am still paying the best price. And when services are the same or comparable, you should definitely be taking the time to make sure that you're paying the minimum. Speaking of brand loyal, frugal people don't necessarily need to get the latest and greatest of whatever one brand or company gets. For instance, I've used Apple products for years. I have a Mac computer because this is what I use to edit on, and it makes the most sense for this YouTube channel. However, when considering upgrading my iPhone, I was looking at the newest ones, and honestly, I'm not that impressed for the price that they're costing. So I'm, despite having used Apple for the last 5 or 6 years, and jumping over to Samsung. It's saving me hundreds of dollars, and I'm going to get the features that I want in the phone for less.
Or what you could always do is just wait like 2, 3, 4 years and then buy it from Apple direct. Oh, one like quick, like very good pro tip and hack. If you want to buy an iPhone from Kijiji or Craigslist, stuff like that, I know it can be sketchy, but ask them to meet you at the nearest Apple store. If you want to buy an iPhone from Kijiji, stuff like that, tell them you'll meet me at the iPhone store so I can verify and check the battery of the phone is good, that it's not blacklisted, stuff like that. Take them to the Apple store, Apple will check it, make sure it's usable, and then once Apple has checked it, then and only then should you give them the money.
Hi.
Okay.
This is what I learned. I had a very interesting experience. I was so afraid to buy from Kijiji because you don't want to get scammed out of your money. So if you want to buy an iPhone or any type of electronic, take them to the Apple store and then have Apple verify the product and then give them the money. So yeah.
Next, frugal people don't pay fees, and we're willing to do whatever it takes to avoid them. Bank fees, late fees, overdraft fees, all stupid, unnecessary, and are a way for them to steal your money. If you're still paying a bank to keep an account for you, you need to remedy that ASAP. There are too many banks out there online, and even brick and mortars that do not charge you a fee to keep an account there, and will even pay you interest to keep your money, which is the way things should be, by the way. If you regularly get late fees, set up that auto pay ASAP. Make it as easy for yourself as possible to always make sure that things are being paid on time and that you're not paying a cent more than you have to. Some things, like student loan debt, for instance, will even often cut you a break on the interest rate if you have auto payment set. I saved 0.25%, but I'm grateful for it. And I never had to worry about getting my student loan check in on time. It was just taken care of. Once you really have a hold on your money and are tracking everything that's coming in and going out, those overdraft things just disappear because you know where your money is and when. I will link to a how to budget playlist down below, and also to my Google Sheets budget template. Sheets is a completely free spreadsheet through Google, and my budget template can be seen on all of your devices all the time, so you never have an excuse for overdrafting. And finally, frugal people don't care what other people think. For instance, you might think I'm crazy for being willing to accept a substitute or a trade or switching out of Apple. How dare I? But I don't particularly care. Personal finance is highly personal, and so is frugality. So I'm making the decisions that are right for me. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing for you. But don't make decisions out of laziness or ones that will waste you money because you're not willing to put in a little bit of time, energy, or work. You're biting yourself in the butt, and while that's impressive, I encourage you not to. So after all this, do you consider yourself frugal? And what habits do you think that I missed?
Oh, and one of the best ways to save money in general is always to pay yourself first. I keep harping on this topic, but it's very crucial. Not only do you want to save the money on the expenses, but before you pay your expenses, either you can manually take 20% or more or less, whatever you can, and directly put it into your savings account. Some employers allow you to automatically do this process, where 20% of your income will go directly to your savings account, whereas the rest will just stay in your checking account. So you can either do this manually, talk to your bank to take any income deposit that would go directly to your savings account, or your employer, talk to your employer, and they will automatically take the percentage that you want and take that and put that directly into your savings account, and the rest will go into your checking account. So you want to automate this process as much as possible wherever you can, and not have to think about saving as much, right? Because sometimes when you think about it too much, you don't do it, right? So God bless, much love, peace and joy, namaste. Always remember, it doesn't feed you, don't water it, and too much of any good thing is good for nothing. All right, my G, bruv, deuces.
It hit you like water. Oh yeah. It hit you like